Good afternoon, students. Today, I'll be delivering my second place lecture on Gulliver's Travels. The topic that could be dealt with is the uh, genre of travel literature, travel narrative that became very popular in Jonathan Swift's time. Gulliver is surprised to discover the Lilliputians, but is not particularly shocked. This encounter is only the first of many in the novel in which we are asked to accept Gulliver's extraordinary experiences as merely unusual. Seeing the world through Gulliver's eyes, we also adopt for a moment Gulliver's view of the world. But at the same time, we can step back and recognize that the Lilliputians are nothing but a figment of Swift's imagination. The distance between these two stances, the gullible Gulliver and the skeptical reader. I'll come back to these theoretical differences between gullible Gulliver and skeptical reader is where the narrative's multiple levels of meaning are created. On one level, we have a true life story of adventure, on another, a purely fictional fairy tale, and on a third level, transcending the first two and closest to Swift's original intention, a satirical critique of European pretensions to rationality and goodwill. So you could see there are three layers. So I could break them up one by one. The first is that the gullible Gulliver and skeptical reader. As I have already mentioned in my previous lecture, the gullible Gulliver. Who is gullible Gulliver? Gullible Gulliver is someone whom Jonathan Swift gulls. And how does Swift gull? Swift sends Gulliver to different parts of the world. He sends sometimes Gulliver to the lands of giants. He sends sometimes Gulliver to the land of pygmies. He sends sometimes to the lands of half horse, half man. And he keeps sending Gullivers to different lands where the inhabitants are of different shapes and sizes and intellects and temperaments. So this is how narrator gets bullied. This is how Lemuel Gulliver gets bullied by the writer. And because he gets bullied by the writer, so he becomes, therefore, then Jonathan Swift's gull. He therefore becomes Jonathan Swift's gull. The author here, author's gull. The author gulls his character the way he wants to gull or wants to bully. And but the reader sees this. When you read a novel as a reader, you always see this. And what do you see? You see how Gulliver is being gulled. You see how Gulliver is being bullied. So the reader will always be skeptical. I'm going to tell you another proper reason why you need to be more skeptical. Because when you send Gulliver to the land of Lilliputs, when you send Gulliver to the lands of Lilliputs, you don't expect Gulliver to surrender there, but Gulliver surrendered there. So the moment Gulliver surrendered there, the readers, the rational, the intelligent reader, would be on their toes and say, why did Gulliver allow them to die him in knots. Why did Gulliver surrender in the first place? Gulliver could have broken those imprisonment that the Lilliputians put on him, but he didn't. So this is where the intelligent, skeptical reader would, uh, 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 would would be little surreptitiously suspicious as to why Gulliver is allowing the Lilliputians to get the better of him. So this is what happens, and this is why there is always a clash between skeptical readership and gullible Gulliver and the Swift who keeps gulling Gulliver into multiple books and multiple lands. And Swift wrote Gulliver's Travels at a time when Europe was the world's dominant power. At a time when Europe was the world's dominant power. And, and when England, despite its small size, was rising in power on the basis of its formidable fleet, England's growing military and economic power brought it into contact with wide variety of new animals, plants, places, and things. You see, so Swift wrote Gulliver's Travels at a time when Europe was the dominant world dominance power. Because when Gulliver's Travels was written, England was was imperial powerhouse, and when England, despite its small size, was rising in power on the basis of its formidable fleet. Okay, so there was a situation when England was rising to power, and England was rising to power because England had control over naval forces, over water bodies, because of formidable fleet. England's growing military and economic power brought it into contact with wide variety of new animals. As a result, the explorations increased. As a result, adventures increased. As a result, travel increased. So obviously, the British kept coming in contact with interesting animals, new plants, new places, and exotic things. But the most significant change wrought by European expansion was the encounter with previously unknown people. So, and also as a result, they also started coming in contact with with previously unknown people. So many lands were being discovered where nobody knew that there were people there. So this new kind of unknown people were some interesting phenomenon that they were also coming in contact with, like the inhabitants of the Americas. Yes, and with radically different modes of existence. But those new colonies, the people in those new colonies, had a different set of existence than those Britishers or those colonizers invading them or discovering them. The choice of physical size, the choice, the choice of physical size, the choice of physical size as the way of manifesting cultural differences has a number of important consequences. It has number of important consequences, plenty of important consequences, and the main consequence, and what are these consequences? The main consequence, the main result, the radical difference in power between Gulliver and the Lilliputian nation. So there was a power struggle that was going on between the colonizer and the colonized, between Gulliver and the Lilliputian nation. His physical size and strength put Gulliver in a unique position within Lilliputian society. His physical size and strength put Gulliver in a unique position within Lilliputian society and give him obligations and capabilities far beyond those of the people who keep him prison. So because of his shape and size, uh, uh, with bigger shape and size comes bigger responsibilities. So readers might feel that Gulliver is is not competing with the Lilliputians. If Gulliver wanted, had he wanted, he could have broken the shackles of the Lilliputians. But he didn't. But he didn't. He allowed them to tie him. He allowed them to do whatever they felt like doing to him. And he didn't break those shackles. But the skeptical reader would always wonder that they could have broken the shackles. And Gulliver could have broken the shackles. But he didn't. Despite Gulliver's fear of the Lilliputians' arrows, there is an element of condescension in his willingness to be held prisoner by them. So there was, what does that suggest? That there was there was a permission, there was a secret, almost a subconscious permission on the part of Gulliver to allow Lilliputians to tie him. Almost Gulliver subconsciously, secretly, willingly permitted them to tie him. Despite Gulliver's fear of the Lilliputians' arrows, there is an element of condescension in his willingness. You know, so what I'm talking about. So this there was this willingness. So there was this willingness to tie him. So there was this willingness to tie him. And what kind of willingness? And that condescension in his willingness to be held prisoner by them, the power differential may represent England's position with respect to the people it was in the process of colonizing. It's almost a typical superiority complex that, okay, I won't fight with these, I won't compete with these inferiors. Let them do whatever they want to do to me. They let them do whatever they feel like doing to me. I might as well allow them to do. I as well grant them their wishes. It may also be a way for Swift to reveal the importance of might in a society supposedly guided by right. Finally, it may be a way of destabilizing humanity's position at the center of the universe by demonstrating that size, power, and significance are all relative. This is so significant. Finally, it may be a way of destabilizing humanity's position at the center of the universe by demonstrating that size, power, significance are all relative. Now, this is so important. This is so important. You have to understand this. What is happening over here? And this is almost Gulliver's. What should I say? This is almost Gulliver's Travels is almost Swift's strategy. What kind of strategy? Swift's strategy to destabilize humanity from their position. Because humanity enjoyed a central position. Humanity enjoyed a central position during the Renaissance. You need to understand a little bit of history of English literature along the line. During the Renaissance, humanity enjoyed central position. Humanity enjoyed a central position uh, in the middle of the universe. Man is the center of the universe. But this homocentric worldview, suffered a major setback during the 18th century because of its skepticism, because of its rationality, because of its love for balance and symmetry. what happened that the neoclassical orientation interrogated the Renaissance central position of humanity in the middle of the universe. And what happened as a result? The moment man's position in the center of the universe got questioned, got interrogated, humanity is pushed around the periphery towards the margin. প্রান্তের দিকে ঠেলে দেওয়া হলো মানুষের হোমোসেন্ট্রিক ওয়ার্ল্ডভিউ। And when it was pushed around the periphery, then that supreme confidence that mankind started enjoying with and about itself, himself, themselves, started fading away. During the 18th century. So what Swift is doing, in a way, Swift is interrogating Renaissance perspective of humanity. Swift is interrogating the Renaissance perspective of humanity. Because man, you may think you are the center of the universe, but that is your irrationality, that is your madness, that is your ego, that is your pride, that is your problem. You have a problem, you are proud. So you fail to apply rationality to your philosophizing, to your perception, to your observations, to your analysis. What is happening that suddenly human beings are no longer placed in the center of the universe. Suddenly human beings are placed no longer at the center of the universe. And how does Jonathan Swift demonstrate that? Jonathan Swift demonstrates that by way of ridiculing, by way of gulling Lemuel Gulliver. How? Students might wonder how. Because in the book one, in the first book of Swift's Gulliver's Travels, Lemuel Gulliver is put into an island where he feels giant, where he feels humongous, he feels God. He thinks himself to be God, and I can do anything with these Lilliputians. So in that island of the Lilliputians, in book one, in the first book of Gulliver's Travels, Jonathan Swift throws Lemuel in the land of Lilliputians and tells that, yes, human beings, you are powerful, you are mighty, you are grand. And Renaissance was correct. When Renaissance put man in the center of the universe. But that's not how the novel ends. The novel didn't end with book one. There were book 2, book 3, book 4 as well. And what happened? Right after the book 1, in book 2, same Jonathan Swift picks up the same Lemuel Gulliver from the Lilliputian island of book 1 and throws him into the book 2, into the land of Brobdingnagians. Into the lands of Brobdingnagians. And what happened there in that Brobdingnagian? Suddenly, Swift makes Lemuel Gulliver realize Suddenly Swift makes Lemuel Gulliver realize that, oh God, I am Lilliput here in the middle of the Brobdingnagians in Book 2 of Gulliver's Travels. I am Lilliput. The position that I held in Book 1 is the position that the Brobdingnagians are holding in Book 2. The position that I held in Book 1 is the position that Brobdingnagians are holding in Book 2. And the position that the Lilliputians held in Book 1 is the position that I am holding in Book 2. So what Swift is basically doing with his narrative in Gulliver's Travels, if you think slightly intelligently and incredibly rationally, you think that Jonathan Swift is is playing with Gulliver remarkably. And how is he playing and why is he playing? Now the two questions: how is Swift playing and why is Swift playing with Gulliver? How is he playing? He's playing him putting from Book 1 to Book 2. That's how he's playing. From Lilliputians to Brobdingnagians. This is how he's playing. And the next question is, why is he playing? Because he is playing because he wants to destabilize humanity's confidence. That Renaissance confidence needs to be struck. And struck low and struck down. Because Renaissance gave mankind the confidence that তুমি হলে মহাবিশ্বের কেন্দ্র, তুমি হলে মহাবিশ্বের এর বিধাতা, আর মহাবিশ্ব তোমার কাছে ঋণী। Almost Jonathan Swift is almost proleptically referring to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Almost he is doing that. And the difference is that no Avengers would come to rescue Lemuel Gulliver in the Brobdingnagian. You are in trouble, but the saviors will come, neither in the form of storm, nor in the form of metal body. So the thing is that Lemuel Gulliver's confidence that he earned in Book 1 suffers a major setback in Book 2. আমি সব কিছু করতে পারি লিলিপুটিয়ান আইল্যান্ডে, সেখানে গিয়ে পরের বই তোমাকে আবার লিলিপুট বানিয়ে ছুঁড়ে ফেলে দিল। নাও, যাদেরকে তুমি সবকিছু করতে পারছিলে, আজকে তুমিই তাদের মতো একখানা হয়ে বসে আছো। আর যে সবকিছু করতে পারতো গ্যালিভার, সেই গ্যালিভারের সাথেই ব্রবডিংনাগিয়ানরা যা ইচ্ছা করতে পারে। This is why I want to explain these lines. So it has achieved two purposes. It has achieved two purposes. Two. One, it has questioned supreme confidence of humanity as the supreme being of the universe. So it is asking Renaissance two questions. B, or number two, it is using reason, realism, and skeptical rationality to explain that man's position at the center of the universe is not sacrosanct. And also it is asking another question, that like the man's position needs to be questioned at the center of the universe, similarly British position the British position because of their colonial imperial expeditions needs to be questioned at the center of the world, center of the political power. রেনেসাই যেমন মানুষের কেন্দ্র এর পজিশনটা যেমন প্রশ্ন করা হচ্ছে, এরকম ইংরেজরাও যে সাম্রাজ্যবাদী শক্তি হিসেবে দুনিয়ার রাজনৈতিক কেন্দ্রে রয়েছে সেটাকেও প্রশ্ন করা হচ্ছে। So I said it's asking two questions. Question number one, it asked British, are you sure he was the supreme czars of the world due to your travelings and exploitations of these multiple lands? So it asked, interrogated British colonial imperialism, particularly when England was at the peak of it. And number two, it also has asked humanity a question about its central position. So thereby, in the second point, a neoclassical philosopher is interrogating a Renaissance philosopher. So almost Gulliver's Travels becomes a dialogue with Renaissance philosophy of homocentric worldview. Therefore, Swift destabilizes through Gulliver's Travels A. Humanity's Renaissance position about the homocentric worldview, and B. It interrogates British political imperial adventures at the colonial level. So these are the two questions that asks and almost destabilizes a stable power game. So it asked England as a British colonizer. It started thinking at the center of the universe, and the second one is that the Renaissance view that put man in the center of the universe. That also comes under the neoclassical skeptical scanner.